practice where it's more of one of our physical days. We actually had one yesterday as well, so I thought the guys were very in tune to the message and really accepting what we got to do as an organization to move forward and get better. And I appreciate the leadership of the team for accepting the challenge. Now it's just making sure that we do that tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, and then carry it over to the game on Saturday afternoon. So it's going to be a great atmosphere, great crowd, great challenge in front of us. Coach, he's done a wonderful job at App. His guys are well coached. They play extremely hard, and they got really good quarterback, really good offense, got great backs, and then on defense, they've been running that system for a while, and they know exactly what they're doing. They're very tenacious on defense, and they got three really good players on every level. So we got to make sure we prepare the right way and take another game on the road with a bus ride, and enjoy the moment, enjoy one another, and pull together for the game.
Coach, how's it feel going back to a regular schedule? You had that short turnaround against Marshall. Now you have more of a traditional full week preparing for a Saturday contest. How beneficial has that been for you, just as your planning goes?
Yeah, we don't make excuses about the schedule. If the schedule was a schedule, definitely appreciate getting back to normalcy. Kids can get back into a routine of things, and our preparation as well as coaches to make sure we install and cut back, minimize what we need to be successful on Saturday. Still about how we go about our everyday business, making sure that all the details necessary for us to be successful on Saturdays carry over, and if we need to eliminate things, we will and we need to. And the biggest thing that we got to make sure we do on Saturdays is play with physicality, tackle, execute calls, have great eye discipline. And it's kind of like a broken record, but those are the things that we require in practice, and it just has to carry over to the game. And at the end of the day, the players got to make plays when their number is called, and the coaches got to make good calls to put our players in a positive situation.
What about defending against App State, team that leads the conference in yards passing per game? Talk about defending them, and and what keys are you going to prepare to see as far as defending a passing attack like that?
Yeah, they're still going to start with stopping the run. I mean, if you can't stop the run, then they can do what they want to do, and they're controlling first down, and it's 2nd and 5, 2nd and 3, then that just helps the offense. And it's going to have us at a disadvantage. So we're still got to stop the run, tackle well on first down, and then once those passing moments present themselves, which App State is very good at their RPO game. They've got a lot of screens where they throw the ball, sideways or behind the line of scrimmage. Then they got a lot of deceptive plays off of those same looks. So everything kind of looks the same, but they got different variations. So all our linebackers and DBs got to make sure that they're eye disciplined, leveraging the ball, leveraging the call, and executing the call that the defense has called. And then just got to tackle these backs. They got 3 really good experienced receivers. Tight ends are very good players as well. So they got a good group of skill guys that have our attention, and it's going to be a challenge for our corners and safeties to have an opportunity to make plays in the passing game. So they will have plenty of opportunities to do that because they do distribute the ball down the field.
You guys were able to run the ball well on Saturday. What contributed to the improvement in that part of the game?
I think the O-line had an attitude. They played and accepted the challenge. Marshall has an extremely good front, the biggest front in our league. When you talk about the defensive linemen that they have, I just thought our offensive line, along with our backs breaking tackles and making the correct run reads, were able to, maximize those opportunities in the run game. And it just went back to preparation. I mean, what we saw out of their defense and what we expected from their defense, they did, just that. But we got to play better situationally. Can't go 0 for 3 on 4th downs. and got to still capitalize in the red area with touchdowns. So, we missed those opportunities to have a chance to win the football game.
You were able to see Zach Gibson actually play in the contest as a starter. Now, I'm sure you'll be able to review now what you saw from him. What did you see from him in the Marshall contest, and how beneficial is that to now have that film work so you can review and just build on that as you prepare for the upcoming contest?
Yeah, the biggest thing I saw was just the confidence. You kind of see players and the excitement when plays were made, especially when he made them with his legs. And also in the passing game, he made some really good decisions throwing the ball. We still got to be very detailed in what we do. And, our other quarterback, Christian Bear, he's still preparing like a starter too. I'm not eliminating the fact that we won't see him because it's all about how we come out, how we play, and what the rhythm of the game is going like. So, both guys will be available along with Kyle Lowe, and hopefully our plan is good from the start, and we can kind of seize momentum in a hostile environment to kind of quiet the crowd down and play good defense and special teams and play just complimentary football, just full 6 minutes of football. We've been picking different opportunities to play well, and we just got to play well every single quarter, and we hadn't done that this year for 60 minutes yet.
How tough is that, though? You're really at the halfway point of the season and don't have one established quarterback yet. How difficult is that as far as preparations for you as a staff and really as a team, just with reps and how your practices flow and everything like that?
Yeah, we still provide reps for our backups to get acclimated to the game plan. So that's going to always be the case. You got to prepare your next guys up just like they're going to play. So the reps aren't really difficult to manage. But I would say this: our coaches have done an exceptional job with what we have. We're definitely not a finished product, and the adjustments that we've had to make on the run based on the injuries. Not having certain guys available, and then just some of our roster pieces, just trying to put together the best plan and create the best version on Saturday. And I got to commend our coaches for trying to do that, and we kind of understand the big picture of things. But right now, our main goal is to make sure we try to send these seniors out the right way, but also how do we leave a legacy and a standard of how we do things to build for the future.
Speaking of the future, can you give us an update on where we are right now with recruiting? Just in a big picture, and even if you want to go.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to give an update because we got 28 guys committed.
Mm-hmm.
Will we have those same 28 guys committed or signed in December? It's a lot of work to do. I mean, a couple of our guys have been offered by bigger schools. And it's going to be up to us to try to close out the deal, but it still goes back to NIL in a sense, and the schools that are offering some of the guys that we have committed, they definitely have more of that, and that's an area that we got to continue to try to maximize and facilitate to improve. And it's just not me trying to increase our NIL and opportunities for our players. It takes our whole organization to kind of help with that and the fundraising efforts. And that's what I did a whole lot of when I got the job, was trying to meet the right people in the city of Atlanta, and that has to continue. Of course, during the season, things kind of take a little bit of a backseat from me being out in the public and meeting certain people, but I've still been able to shake hands with the right people to try to get ready for what's coming in December, January with the portal opening, and trying to make sure we keep the right guys on our roster here from an NIL perspective, so they don't necessarily go and be a backup at another place or their reps get cut just for a dollar amount. So I think, big picture, the recruiting process won't really iron itself out until the end of December, January, and we've got backup plans. And you got things that's going to happen in recruiting that you have no idea that's going to happen, or no idea that you may lose this kid, or this kid may want to come that we have no idea about. So, it's how can you acquire, the right talent and the right character and the right person that loves football, loves city life, and wants to, network for their future, and then just, retaining the right guys that are culture type guys that we need here and want here. And then you also got to eliminate guys that really don't fit what we're really looking for. It's always concerning. Like I said, the biggest challenge is making sure we come out with some intensity, play with intensity, understand the situations we're in, execute calls, have our eyes in the right place, getting off blocks, leveraging the football, and you got to set your jaw the right way on game day. You can't have a team come in and out hit or out hustle us. You're not going to be successful. And everything for me as a coach and this organization is going to be how can we run the ball and how can you stop the run. And we know our deficiencies, but we have good coaches, and we got to come up with different ways to get them behind the sticks, so to speak, on early downs, and kind of create more long yard situations so we can get after the passer and have an opportunity to break balls up in the second or pick balls off. So it's an accumulation of a lot of different things. And the biggest thing is just got to tackle, can't miss tackles, and we can't bust assignments. That's just missing tackles and busted assignments is a formula to getting the butt kicked. And that has happened this year. And we got to correct it as coaches, and also the players got to take ownership in what they're doing to play a part in that.
probably more back on a traditional schedule. How's that been for the squad getting ready for this upcoming contest?
I think it's been great. You know, it gave us the time to really sit down. Like Coach McGee told us for this week, it's reset, refocus, recommit. So I think it just gave us that little break to honestly like sit down, figure out what we need to do going forward, and really prepare ourselves for this week going forward against App.
What are those things you need to do after reviewing film and just seeing how preparation's been? What do you have to get better at?
I think it just comes down to our details, honestly, and also trusting the other players that they're gonna do their job as well. So when going back looking at film, it's not big issues. It's not a big bust on a defensive player or even an offensive player. It just comes down to one moment, one different technique, one technique that you should have did differently, you know, things like that. So I think for our team, it just comes down to the little details, those moments.
He mentioned last week that there were like 8 plays in the game that could have made a difference. So was there one or two that stood out to you that thought have done this better or that better?
I can speak defensively, for sure. I mean, there's the play before half where they scored before half. I mean, that was a mess up on our part, but it wasn't like a bust on the defense. It was just one person, you know. So it was that one detail, that one technique that we messed up. And I feel like if they didn't score before half, it would have been a one-score game. And then I say, secondly, it would be after we scored and it was 2 minutes late in the fourth quarter, and then they ended up having that big run. I think that was also coming down to a detail. Somebody lost the edge and ended up being a touchdown that would really, if we would have stopped him then, it could have been a way different game.
So it's just tightening things up.
Yup, little techniques that we need to tighten up.
Yeah, now facing a team now, Appalachian State, that leads the conference in passing yards average per contest. What about defending against a team like that you know is going to be very active on the passing end of things?
I feel like personally, it's a good thing and a bad thing, because if we're good in the back end, that means we can make them one-dimensional. If a team that likes to pass can only pass, it kind of makes it hard, you know. So I feel like our focus this week is to, if they feel like they're good at it, we gonna find y'all weaknesses. We gonna go after your weaknesses. So I think that's where our goal really is coming into App State.
That's about facing a team that loves to throw it. You guys had a takeaway last week. What does that do for you, going forward?
You know, the young boy got a takeaway. I think it gives us confidence for sure, definitely. I mean, I don't think we've ever been scared of teams that pass the ball, you know. So I think just seeing that, okay, they pass the ball, that's what they like to do, that's their bread and butter. It just gives us that, all right, we're gonna take on that challenge, because like you said, we got a takeaway last week, so it's not like we can't cover, you know. It's just we gotta get our details right.
Details is like the thing you keep saying.
Yeah, because it's what they hone in on too. Yeah.
If I want to zone in on you though.
On me.
How are you feeling right now? This week 9 of the college football season.
Yeah.
Like we're almost, I would say we're way past the midway point. We're getting down to the bigger things. Still a lot left to play for the Sun Belt Championship. But how are you feeling? Like, what's your body and mental, and where are you right now?
I mean, body wise, I'm okay. You know, if you do right by yourself, you know, get in the training room, do that stuff, your body's gonna feel okay. If you're doing right by yourself, eating right and stuff. But as in the season, I don't know. It's the Sun Belt. You know, I always say that it's the Sun Belt. Anything can happen in the Sun Belt, honestly. You know, so my mentality is to win. You know, always just win. If it's App State, you know, Arkansas State, all the teams that we got left, Coastal, you know, my goal is to win them all. So just my mentality going into this App State and the rest of the season is just to win them all and let the cards fall how they fall.
Just how our preparation's been going so far for the team, now that you have a full week of preparations after that short turnaround against Marshall. Just how's the team on a Tuesday getting ready for your upcoming contest?
We're doing good. The whole emphasis of practice this week is to make history. Georgia State's never beat App State, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make history. So every day we go to practice is getting better each day and making history. So, and then we also took a good little break after coming back from Marshall. So we took that time to get our mental right, physical bodies right, and yeah, that's just the whole preparation.
Yeah, and just how's I might steal a question from somebody else, but the overall running back room of you guys, and some guys some have played a lot. You guys saw a little bit of time in this last contest. Just what about the overall unit and just what you guys are trying to get better at and improve on?
It's a great unit. It's just really next man up mentality. You got to stay patient. Not everybody's time is the same, so plays will come and go, but when you get them opportunities, you got to take full advantage of it. So, everybody's just pushing each other. Iron sharpens iron, and I feel like it's a great room, so, yeah.
How frustrating was it for you to get hurt and not be able to play right away?
Oh, it was very frustrating, especially, this is pretty much my last year of eligibility. So, just got at this point, I had to sit back, pray, hopefully everything turned out as supposed to, and slowly but surely it's getting back to the way it is, how I feel like, it should be, just staying on top of God, just trusting this process. So it was hard. It was real hard, but, it's all about the man up above and patience. So.
What was the injury exactly, and how did it happen?
It was my hamstring. It was just like a little strain, but I've had it before. My freshman year at Coastal, so it was like a little nag again. It was kind of irritating, but I knew how to take care of it. Just had to take some time off, a little rest, and just get back to where I was.
Are you a patient guy? Was it easy to
Yeah, I'm patient, but it's never easy to just sit back and watch the team go out and play football, the game you love so much. You just gotta continue to encourage your teammates, give everybody positive energy. You don't want to be a burden. So it was a little hard, but I'm a patient guy. This is not something I've had a struggle with. I've done this my whole life. Like I've had a whole bunch of opportunities or times where I had to be patient because it wasn't my time yet. So I just trusted in God and ended up showing up how I was supposed to.
Since you mentioned history, you time at Coastal, so you're familiar. You mentioned Georgia State not having success against App State, but you were at Coastal, and that became, or probably still is, a pretty interesting contest contending for conference championships. What about your experiences playing App in the past? Yes, smile. Playing App State in the past, especially at Coastal when you were, competing at a high level against them.
Yeah, when I was back at the other school, we don't call them App, we call them SIB because that's our rival school. It's a school in Boone. We don't want to give them the satisfaction to call them App. But yeah, every time it came a game we could play SIB, it was a 100% go. Everybody's energized. Buddy Tuesday, like just full energetic, and then especially knowing that we're going there. The traveling, that take a toll on your body. You don't want to mentally get exhausted and stuff. So just had to stay strong. Then when we get there, had to tune out all the noise because their atmosphere is amazing. It gives power for atmosphere. You just got to tune that out, stick to the game plan, and just take advantage of opportunities.
Are you passing that along to your teammates who have never been to Appalachian State before?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Especially the running backs. They didn't believe me when I say the atmosphere is like that. Especially they be yelling, App State gets annoying, but you gotta just tune it out and do what you do. So.
You guys ran the ball well last week. What was the key to kind of getting the running game back going again?
That was the main emphasis for the past 2 weeks. We couldn't really finish or close the game out running the ball. So when we came back into practice, that was like the main emphasis. Just make sure we could convert on short yardage, pound the rock, and control the game. Because if you could run the ball the whole game, you got full control of the game. So that was the main emphasis of practice.
Coach mentioned the debate about sending earlier a few minutes ago, sending the seniors out in the right way. You mentioned this is your last year of eligibility. Has that really changed your kind of approach to this season and on an individual level? When this is maybe, your last collegiate year?
Yeah. Every day I take full advantage of it because, you're not going to get these days back. It's hard knowing that time flew that fast. And, this is probably like my last month or 2 months, I want to say. But, yeah, you got to approach it like, it's a blessing. It's a blessing to do this. Blessing to be here. Not everybody gets to make it to Division I or play on national television, any of that. So I'm approaching it with a positive mindset. I'm always coming with positive energy. I'm always like rowdy, trying to get the team up. Sometimes my team hate it because it be 7 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm loud, like get up, let's go. But I'm just bringing positive energy, taking full advantage of this time that I have left, and trying to make the best of it.